What's going on, my friend? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $38,045. We're up about 1%. What I want to do here is take a look at Bitcoin on the line graph, and we're going to be looking at this on the weekly time frame. We're going to be having our weekly candle close coming up today. It's going to be an important one. So definitely something we want to keep an eye on here. And why I want to look at the line graph is because it's going to show closes for us. And you're really going to get a better picture of just uptrends, downtrends when you're moving sideways. It can really help you out. So it's a little bit different perspective than me bringing you the candles. We can still look at the candles, but I want to start here with Bitcoin on the line graph. And I also want to point out, guys, we really have to pay attention to the stock market as well. You got to look at the Dow, you got to look at the S&P 500 and take a look at that, because if that doesn't hold some of these critical support areas that we're approaching this week, then that most likely is going to bring cryptocurrency and Bitcoin down with it. So it's something that we have to watch. We're in correlation with it, and Bitcoin is still looked at as a risk on assets. So we have to be aware that if there's going to be more downside in the stock market to come, it could bring crypto down with it. So just always be prepared, guys, and risk management is going to be the number one thing. Just really play smaller positions if you're playing, or sit back on the sideline until we see a little bit more clear direction is what I would recommend to you. So we're going to get into this. If you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated. And let's do this. So guys, what I wanted to point out here is we're sitting on a critical support area right now, and this is going to be right around $37,600. You can see we're testing it here. This has been an area that we've played around with for quite a while. You can see back in this area, this was a spot where we had a blow off top and some distribution. We were up at around $40,000. We ended up going down to about $32,000 before we ripped higher. So this was a big area back in this range here where we spent a lot of time. After we had our massive fall, this was another area that we got up to and found resistance from. So you can see it back in this range here, guys. I mean, this is just an area that's extremely important for us. So if we're able to hold this area, what I would try to do is get up through this downtrend line here that we're going to have in yellow, and then we're also going to have $42,000 as resistance. So you can see this area right in here. Guys, right there is what we need to get over top of, and that's also heavy on the VPVR. That's an area that shows a lot of buying and selling interest. So if we're able to get over top of that, then it'd be up to around that 48,000. So 42,000, 48,000 are my upside if we can bounce off the area we're at now. If we end up breaking through this, what I would look down towards, guys, is about $31,000 would be the area. And you can see it's marked by this green support line right here. And if we turn on our VPVR, you can see this is a critical area that we're at right now, guys. This is the spot where we want to find support. We have a little bit more buying pressure down through this range here, but past $30,000 or so, there's some pretty big gaps, and people aren't going to be most likely buying at that range. So this is the spot here, all through here, where we need to show some fight from the bulls here. We need to see a nice daily candle close into the strength into the end of the day today. So if we put this on the candles right here, guys, we would need to see a higher low coming in. So we've had our low, high of the bounce, higher low, higher high. We're trying to have a higher low. If you can see that there, but you can see this area right here. We've had a lot of fighting, a lot of action all through here, both bullish and bearish. So definitely something to keep an eye on here, guys. And as we step back, what you can see on this, whenever we're in bull markets, we stay up above the 200-day moving average. So right now, if we put on our moving averages, so we are trading below our 30-week moving average, we're below our 50-week moving average, we're up above our 200-week moving average. Our 200-week moving average is going to be down around $21,000. So longer term, we are still trading up above that. That's good, but you can see, guys, we've lost some of these critical moving averages, this 30 and this 50. And when we were in our bull market back here, we were trading well up above the 30 and the 50. So something I want to keep an eye on here, guys, and that's what I'm saying. Just be careful out there. You don't always have to get the lowest price. Sometimes what you want to see is for us to actually get some structure to the upside. So say we had a break. We did something like this. We had a nice strong breakout here. We came back higher low, and then we punched through 48,000, came up, found that support off that. That's what we want to see. And then I believe that we would go back and challenge some of these highs. But we have to get through 42,000 and 48,000, which are going to be big areas for us. Okay, so when you're looking at these things, don't just look at the lowest price. Also look at the structure over here, higher highs and higher lows. And what we've been dealing with over here is lower highs and lower lows, and then we started to get in this little consolidation. right now. So we had our low, high the bounce, higher low, higher high. We need to set a higher low, go up and see if we can set a higher high, or at least getting a little bit more of an equilibrium right here. Go up, lower high, another higher low, and just at least fight back in here for a little bit longer. But, you know, guys, you don't always just have to jump in and say, hey, I have to have a position right now, unless you're dollar cost averaging and you're a longer term investor. That's different. But for me, who's a swing trader or position trader in this space, I don't have to take a position right now. And to me, I don't want to fight the trend. I don't want to buck the trend. We have important resistance areas that we have to get up through right now. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. I'm going to continue to watch the market right now. And for Bitcoin, really watch those areas, guys, that we talked about, the support and resistance, and then also this trend line. It'd be nice to see a nice trend line break out of here on heavy volume. So if we step back now and we take a look at Ethereum, see how that's looking. So for ETH here, on the 1 week time frame, we're trading below our 30-week moving average, and that's going to be in purple, below our 50 as well, which is going to be in red. So typically we want to be holding those as support. They're acting as overhead resistance right now, and we have this downtrend line. What I want us to hold is about $2,500 for Ethereum. If we're not able to hold that, it's probably going to be back down to around, I'd say $2,000, then $1,800 would be the areas. Now, if we do get a nice move up here, I would look for overhead resistance at $3,000, and then it would be up to around $3,300 to $3,500 are going to be the areas. But we're trying to get that structure back. The higher highs and higher lows is what's going to be important for us. If we move on here and take a look at ADA. So for ADA, guys, 1 second. And if you're here for ADA, just let me know if you want me to keep it in. Also, let me know what you guys got going on today. Always interesting to hear. So for ADA here on the week, a little bit of a falling wedge, potentially. And for ADA, guys, same deal, though. We're still trading below our 30-week moving average. We're below our 50, and we've had that downward cross. We're still up above our 200, which is going to come in at about 52 cents. But the main thing for ADA right now, we need to hold the area that we're at, see if we could set a double bottom here, and then potentially see if we can get some volume and break out through this wedge. But nothing's guaranteed right now, guys. I mean, this has just been a steady downtrend for the most part, lower highs and lower lows. We're just trying not to set that that last nasty lower low here. So it'd be nice to hold this area so that we can potentially get a breakout of this trend line and go up and challenge that 112 to 120. Terms of overhead resistance is what I'm going to look at there. But it's important to look at trends, guys. We want to be in when the trend turns. We don't have to get the very bottom. We just want to patiently wait until we start to see something like this here, if this would happen. So say we even came up here, we saw some resistance, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's what we're looking for. So you don't have to nail the bottom here, guys. You can look for that higher low and then play a stop below this if we're able to hold this area. It's all different types of stuff you can do. Okay, so never feel rushed to get into a position in this space. I used to feel like that many times, guys, and it's not worth it. You're going to FOMO and make bad decisions. Just stay calm. It's the main thing I can tell you. If we take a look at Litecoin here, we're sitting at $96. Litecoin's trading below our 30-week, our 50-week. We're sitting on our 200 right now, so this is going to be the area that we need to hold, and that's going to be at $98.79. We're a bit below that, so we need to get back up above that for Litecoin. Otherwise, it potentially could be down to about $65 would be an area, and then even back down to that 35, guys. And then our low we had of the last bear market was at 25. So these things can get very extreme, both to the upside and the downside. If you just take a look at Litecoin here, really stepping back. Okay, when things move to the upside, they move to the upside extremely fast. Downside, same deal. Okay, so watch those areas for Litecoin. I would say if we can make a move here, guys, we need to get back up above 100 and turn it into support. So that's what I got time to get into today, guys. I hope you get some from this video. This is all on the weekly time frame. Just step back, relax, and have a plan. That's the main thing I can tell you. Take care.